I bought a Barker Williamson, but it's not a radio. I bought a 5-position switch, which is probably very old, and it works fine. And it's a Barker Williamson. I just want to tell you that.
Oh yeah, Barker and Williamson. They made a lot of stuff: watt meters, dummy loads, antenna matchers, amplifiers, transmitters, band coils for home brewing junk. Oh, they made all kinds of stuff. Antennas, low pass filters. They made lots of stuff. All right. I'll be back in 5. Countywide.
All right, very good. Take care. Nice talking to you.
Gonna be around for the roundup?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, at least there'll be the 2 of us at a minimum. We'll see what happens. All right. I'll be back in 5. Countywide.
Yeah, my sister out there is watching it because it's going to mean more rain. They got a lot of rain as it is, man. Got all these cool colors. Go. In reverse at that, it's go. Just wait for it to go out like it's a bit. It's bad.
Wednesday night, Classic Radio Roundup, 27115, Channel 13. Classic Radio Roundup, Wednesday night edition, 27115, channel 13 on your CB dial.
I get lucky once in a while to talk to you. Alaska, west of the Blue Moon, South America a lot. Breaker.
Any takers?
Hi, Mark.
Hello there, Mr. Wayne. How you be?
Actually, pretty good. I was around here on Saturday, and Night Train stopped over and dropped off a brand new Mako 5/8 wave.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah, I was at Pete's and got 10 feet more mast. I gotta put the antenna together and put it up yet, though. It's still in a box, brand new.
That's great. That's great. Are you going to put it up on the rail, or are you going to put it up on the side of your house like I did?
Well, I prefer to use the rail. The only thing is, I might have to do some tree trimming first to make it clear.
Yeah, I understand. That's a big antenna, the 5/8. I think it's probably about 21 feet.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the length. I think that's about right. About 21 feet.
Well, let me know when you're doing it. If you need some help, we'll definitely pitch in.
Oh, yeah. I I gotta assemble the thing first. It's like 5 or 6 sections I gotta put together, and the matching unit has to go together, and it has a built-in ground plane. So that's what I'm worried about, the ground plane not clearing the trees, you know.
Yeah, does that stick out 9 feet each radial for the ground plane, or is it shorter than that, or don't you know?
I don't know yet. I have to put it together and see.
Yeah, you're going to have to go in your backyard and put that together, I think. I think it's probably too cramped, in between. But that's going to be cool, man. Good for you. And very nice.
I was really happy when he dropped that off here. You don't know. Because I was talking about that anyway, putting up a 7/8 wave ground plane. Did I get that right?
5/8 wave.
That's right, 5/8 wave.
That's all right. We'll forgive you. We know what you're talking about. Hey, let me know. Like, I can come over there. I got one of them chainsaws. Like it's a pole saw. It's a really long pole. And it's got a little chainsaw on the end. I get up on a stepladder. I could probably trim your branches for you to make room.
That would be awesome. That's the only thing I'm worried about. There's just a few branches. My antenna with 10 feet of mast clears okay, but I think if I put the other 10 feet on, it's going to go right into the tree.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to get it all. The thing's like maybe 6 feet long, and then stepping on a step ladder or something, give me another 6 feet. My arm reach, I can probably get 15 to 20 feet up. As long as we can make room for the radials to clear, the vertical part will be all right. The radials, I think they are like close to 9 feet.
Yeah, I haven't put them together yet, so I don't know yet. But yeah, from the pictures, it looks pretty big.
Yeah, it's been a while since I had one of them, but they are big. And they just here in the woods, they just get destroyed. I can't have an antenna with radials. It just the branches fall down and breaks the radials off. They don't work out here.
Yeah, I understand that. I should be okay as long as I get the tree trimmed. We'll see. Like I said, I got to put it together yet. It's still here, so I'm looking at it right now. It's in the box. I have to put it all together.
Yeah, maybe next weekend for me, next Monday or Tuesday, maybe I can slide over there and get that trimmed for you, because the following week I'm going to be out of town.
Yeah, vacation, right? Yeah, okay. That would be cool. And I think I can put most of it together inside here, and then when I'm ready to raise it, then put it together outside.
Yeah, you could assemble the radials themselves, just don't put them on the main body, and get most of the main body together, and just the top sections or whatever. But yeah, you got to get rope strung out on that 40 meter antenna so you can contact me on 40 meters as I'm cruising around the top of Pennsylvania, because I'm going to be 40 meter portable. When I'm set up at my campsite at night, I'm going to throw a dipole up in the trees and get on the air. So you got to get that thing working. And then if you want it, when I'm done that trip, I'll give you that 40 meter dipole. It doesn't need a tuner. It does not need a tuner. It works 40 meters fine. So I don't know. If you're interested, you can have it. If not, I'll just keep it in the box.
Yeah, you said it's like 72 feet or something like that. I don't know if that'll fit in my zone.
It's only 6 feet longer than the antenna you have now.
Okay, well, I haven't even gotten that out to horizontal yet, so I'm going to see see if I can use my neighbor's telephone pole and stuff like that. We'll see how that goes too.
Well, within the next week, you got to get that thing at least playing again. Even like it was, it did play on 40 meters. But maybe you might be happier with a no-tune 40-meter antenna. Oh, it doesn't do 10, 8, whatever. What is it? That one does, what, 40, 20, 10, 15, and 10. Anyway, this one only does 15 and 40 without a tuner. It does 15 just by accident, but it does 15 meters. You'd have to use a tuner for the other bands, and whether it works on them or not, I don't know. But I know you could get 40 and 15 out of it without a tuner.
Well, those would be two bands that I would use mostly anyway. Cool. We'll see how that goes.
And I'm using RG6 75 ohm cable TV coax, and it plays. So I'll give you the coax with it, because that way I know it works. I don't know how it would work out with 50 ohm. Probably would work, but I know it works with 75 ohm.
It's probably. I don't think it would work with 50 ohm. I think it would work with 75 though.
Well, when I'm done with it after my trip, I got no use for it. So if you want it, I'll give it to you. We'll pull that one down and we'll put this one up. That way you get 15 and 40 with no tuner. And no ladder line involved or none of that.
That would really be nice.
All right. Well, it's yours when I'm done my trip. But you got to get the one you got going now, working again on 40. So you can join the conversation as I travel around northern Pennsylvania.
Yep, I'm going to give it a shot. I've been lazy this week because it's a holiday weekend, so I'll start doing stuff after the 4th.
All right, you got to make that antenna play again, at least for the short term.
I should be able to do it. I just the one side came down, the side that I had tied off to the van, and it's just like it's laying right next to the feed line. So yeah, it's not working right now. But that's an easy fix. The rope's still there. I just got to tie the rope back on.
Well, you got to the 14th of this month, so you got 10 days. Actually, 10 days. You got 10 days to get it fixed, or I'm gonna be upset with you, because I expect to be able to contact you while I'm up drinking beer in the campground in northern Pennsylvania.
I should be able to do that in less than 10 days.
Because I'm gonna put it this way: if you do not fix it and you do not make it work, and I don't get to contact you, or at least know that you tried, I'm not going to give you the one here that I have that works. How's that?
Oh!
I got to throw a little bone out there.
It's called incentive.
Yeah, I need some more incentive. That's okay. I'll get it done.
I'm going to give that 40-meter antenna to Alley Cat if you don't get yours up and working for at least, the next week.
I don't think he has a radio he can use it with, though.
Doesn't matter. I give him the antenna. Once he has an antenna, he's going to come up with a radio.
I got like 5 radios here that I don't even use.
And he'd be over knocking on your door asking if he could borrow or buy one so he can use his new antenna.
That's right.
$40 meters is cool, though. I'm 99% certain that I could be anywhere in the state of Pennsylvania and contact you on 40 meters. It's just that's the way the band works.
That's what JR was telling me, that it's always active, and you can you get some distance, and there's always somebody to talk to.
The entire state of Pennsylvania becomes local on 40 meters.
I used to load up my vertical antenna in Norristown. It was only for 10, 12, 15, 17, and 20 meters, but it loaded up nicely on 40 meters. I used to use that band a lot.
40 meters is basically my all-around favorite band. Now, when the sunspot peaks are in there, 10 and 15 are, but lacking sunspots, 40 meters is where I go. Yeah, where I go, excuse me.
Yeah, I always liked 40 meters. I gotta go refill my beverage. I'll be right back.
The beauty about 40 meters, sunspot cycle peaks, sunspot cycle lulls. Daytime, nighttime. The stinking band is open.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun up there too, and people are a little bit more loose. I think you guys are saying that the conversation's really good.
Yeah, you can always find somebody to talk to on 40 meters. Always, day or night. Sunspot cycle notwithstanding, doesn't matter. And the whole state becomes local. New Jersey, New York, down into Maryland, Delaware, Virginia. I have a pipeline to Michigan. Michigan, I have no problem. Ohio, New England states. I never seem to contact anybody from Indiana. I don't know why that is, but it should be reachable, but I just never do. But the New England states all the time, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Virginia, Delaware, Maryland, Jersey, easy peasy.
Okay. Does it have a skip cycle where it even goes further?
No, not well. When the sunspots are up, it does go further, but at nighttime, daytime is always what I call regional, but during the dark hours, it becomes worldwide, and that's sunspot peaks or nulls. It doesn't matter. It's worldwide at night. It's just whether it's better or worse.
Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds good for sure.
What's that, Wayne?
Yeah, that would motivate me to get my ticket.
40 meters is a good band. Who else was in there?
That was me. I keyed up with Alley Cat. I just said 40 meters is an awesome band.
It really is. And Alley Cat is stronger than you. I heard you in there, but I wasn't sure who it was.
Yeah, for now I'm stronger than him, but he should be a lot stronger than me once he gets that antenna up, no doubt.
He gets a 5/8 wave aluminum ground plane at 20 feet. He's going to give you a run for your money.
Yeah, but I'm only running. This is 30 watts from the ICOM on AM.
Yeah, but that one tuber will bump you up some more.
I was going to ask you, Wayne, how's your KL300 working for you?
I don't know. I haven't even put it on recently.
What's a KL300?
It's a two-pill box.
It probably doesn't do much more power, if any, than that one tuber.
It gives me about the same amount of power as my ICOM. On AM, it keys about 30 watts and swings to like 100.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, that. Yeah, your ICOM, the one tuber, the 2-pill, they're all going to do about the same as your HF radios.
Yep, that's what I expect. That has been the case so far.
Yeah, those amps are for like 4-watt CBs.
That's why he bought it, yeah.
Oh man, I can't read the name. I don't have my glasses on.
That's why he bought it, so he could have a little bit more power when he runs his CB radios, his old Ranger and all that. I gotta forget the name of it, but that's why he got it.
It's Tram Diamond 60, or I think it's Diamond 60, or is it a 40? Whatever it was, he's got a Tram.
I got it for the Ranger.
Yeah, well, that Ranger does decent power all on its own, though, but that has variable drive, right?
No, it does not have variable drive. Dave turned the AM down, so it dead keys at 3 watts. I can't use the amplifier on sideband because he did not turn down the sideband, and it makes the relays chatter. I'm just putting too much into it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you could use them amps on it on AM, but it's not sideband. Sideband, the difference between what that radio puts out and those amps put out don't really matter anyway.
AM, it's perfect. Like it gives me a 30-watt dead key and swings to 100 with audio on low. If I put it on high, it like dead keys at like 70 watts and then swings to 100. But I use it on low all the time because it just gives me better audio.
Yeah. You got to have close to that 4-to-1 ratio or it mushes out. Well, anyway, it's Classic Radio Wednesday, the 4th of July edition, and I didn't figure there'd be a whole lot of folks out here tonight. Everybody's off on holiday some way, somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, I'm guessing Dave's still up the lake because I got a picture from him earlier.
Yeah, he was here yesterday. He left in the afternoon, but I did talk to him yesterday morning. And yeah, he went up to the mountains yesterday. So he's going to be there, I don't know till when, but probably Sunday at least.
I figured we wouldn't hear from Dave tonight. I wasn't sure if you were going to make it or not.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't sure if I was going to make it or not, but I got really nothing else going on. I got to go to work tomorrow. So I thought, well, if there's anybody around, even if it's one person, I'll play Classic Radio Roundup tonight with my JC Penny. Yeah, I've been imbibing. Don't mind me. JC Penny scanning transceiver. It scans channel 9. Whoopee! But it's a mobile radio. Scanning channel 9 right now.
So it's multitasking.
Yeah, unless there's a it only go to channel 9 on scan if it's a decent signal. Like right now.
Did scan that frequency. I remember talking to him once in a while.
Yeah, well, just as I unkeyed, a sub signal came up on channel 9 and went to channel 9, and I missed the beginning of what you said. But yeah, it's pretty useless these days. All you get is channel 9 Spanish skip.
That's right. Yeah, it sure is. Man, powerful stuff too, and it's all radios that are completely distorted and out of tune, and wiping me out up here trying to talk. Usually, they're a menace down there.
Yeah, it's just the channel 6 Super Bowl mess with Spanish speakers. But it is a good looking mobile radio.
Yeah, I don't know. The J.C. Penney, I remember. I don't think I have that anymore. I don't know what happened to it. It would be nice to find it because I had extra channels put into it. I used to go up to channel 54 or something like that, I think, which would be, yeah, that's kind of nice. But I never thought the radio was good looking. I thought that would, it was kind of practical because it was a base or a mobile. It looked more like a mobile.
Yeah, I think I got the exact same radio, and I used that one last week. I like that radio. It's utilitarian. I wouldn't call it a pretty radio, but it certainly looks good. And this just looks like a smaller version kind of that. And so does my other 23 channel JCPenney mobile, except that one doesn't do channel 9 scan, but it's very similar looking. It's got a bigger meter. This one has the tiny meter, and it scans channel 9. And then I got a 40 channel JCPenney that looks nothing like any of them. Like, these are black and chrome, like black faced with chrome trim, the 3 of them. And the 40 channel is all like that burnished aluminum, silver faced kind of thing.
Right, yeah. We were told, I don't know, back then the rumors were going around that the 40 channel radios weren't going to have any audio in them. So we went out real quick and bought the last remaining 23 channel sideband from JCPenney, and and then put channels in it anyway.
Well, one good thing about the 23 channel sideband radios is most of them, the clarifiers were open. Whereas once the 40 channels came out, all the clarifiers were locked, which was ultimately a dumb move, but you were better off with a 23 channel and then expand it in channels, because at least you had the open clarifier already.
Boy, I'll tell you, my Pinto, I do not think it had an open clarifier before I had a guy take care of that. I think it was closed when I got it.
Yeah, I'm going to argue with you on that one, because I have that radio you're talking about, the 23 channel base mobile Pinto SSB. It comes with an open clarifier, because mine is stone stock, unmodified, and the clarifier came open from the factory.
Okay, well, my memory could be off on that for sure, but it was a nice radio. I wish I knew what happened to it, though.
Yeah, I used mine last week. It's a good working radio. It does a really good job. AM or sideband works well. And mine has a special place because it was my father-in-law's radio. He bought it new back in the 70s, and he just happened to have it all that time. And he was getting ready. He knew he was on his last legs, and he gave it to me.
It was on, but you put an external speaker, a little square black external speaker on, and the audio sounded terrible. I thought it sounded so much better without that. I don't know if you were aware of that. I thought I mentioned to you.
Yeah, we doubled a little bit there, but I got the gist of what you were saying. Yeah, that radio came from my father-in-law. He bought it new, and when he knew he was on his checkout phase, he gave it to me. And he said, "Yep, I bought this new. Well, since you're in a CB radio, here you go. You can have it."
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I thought that speaker, the speaker that the radio sounded better than the external one. That's what I was trying to say.
Oh, so you're the one that commented on my YouTube page about that. See, I don't know who the people are, the subscribers, when I get the comments, so that was you.
That was me.
All right.
Well, at least some people are listening.
I got 204 subscribers.
That's pretty cool, man. You know, just for running a Wednesday night thing. This guy out in California, Macintosh is his name. He started doing just Skipland. You know, whether Skip was coming in or not, he would put it in. He has like 1,000 subscribers already.
Just for Skipland, at least I have something going on with Classic Radio Roundup. I don't just put it on just so you can listen to Skipland.
Yep, that's all he does, and then he'll key up once in a while and talk some Skip. You know, from the San Francisco Bay areas where he's at. But I don't know how I heard about him. I guess I was searching around on YouTube, and you know, I came across him, and he had like no subscribers when I first listened to him. You know, because Skip was really heavy at that time, and it was interesting because there was really nothing going on here at that time.
Yeah, just looking for a radio fix of some sort.
You got it.
Interestingly enough, most of my videos get in the neighborhood of 80 to 90 views, typically in a week. Well, when I was running the Barker and Williamson a couple of weeks ago, for whatever reason, it's got over 200 views on it already.
That's cool. You know, I haven't seen the Demco. I would love to see that radio. You know, I can look it up, but, you know, I'd like to see it on your bench. I don't know if you ran that this year yet or not.
Oh, yeah, that was early on. If you're a subscriber of my channel, just go to my channel, and you'll be able to find the Demco video. There's more than one. There's videos for the Demco going back to around 2014, but there's a lot of Demco videos. But you know, at least since February, it's been on at least once since February.
Yeah, I watched some of your motorcycle videos when you first started.
That's what I initially intended the channel for, but I felt like this is pretty lame. So, and then the whole Classic Radio Roundup thing came along, and so that's pretty much what it's all about. But I'll throw other videos up there on the occasion if something happens, you know, or I get a weed. Classic Radio Roundup, 27115 on the AM radio dial. Your countywide radio on this antique flea market junk.
Wayne, there's booms all around us right about now.
What's around us?
Booms, don't you hear them?
I still didn't hear what you said. I hear fireworks going off, though.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Fireworks going off.
Firework booms. How do you guys like the audio out of this JCPenney?
It sounds nice. Sounds real good.
Yep, it sounds good, man.
It's a radio. If you saw it at the flea market for $5, you'd probably walk right past it.
No, it sounds really good. It sounds like probably your voice exactly the way it sounds.
Yeah, his voice is exactly the way it sounds. I was impressed by that too. It's crystal clear. It's loud. It's not overmodulated. Sounds nice, Pete.
It's pretty funny, though. You think about it. Like some of these radios you'd see for $5 at the flea market, and like, that ain't nothing, and walk right past it. And it turns out it's a pretty good radio. I mean, this thing has great receive sensitivity. You guys all sound good. I sound good apparently going out. It's just funny how some radios can just not attract your eye, or not willing to spend $5 for it at the flea market, but they turn out to be pretty good radios.
What mic are you running with that?
My Silver Eagle.
Yeah, the audio is perfect, I think.
That's a good deal. I like it. When I was at Congolium down there, and they let me put a radios in my office, I had this one down there for a while, and I was running it, and it seemed to work pretty good while I was with it, using it down there. So it became a keeper.
What about that? Oh, that's pretty cool, man. If they let you run that down there.
Yeah, as long as I got my job done, they didn't care if I was talking on a radio. I was like, man, this is a good gig. But then fuel prices doubled, and like, this is costing me too much money to go to work. I got to find another job. And they were upset to see me leave. And I was kind of upset to leave because, like, there's nowhere else I'm going to be able to get a job and be able to play with radios at the same time.
Yeah, how far away was that?
50 miles one way.
Yeah, I can see that being an issue.
It was all right when gas was $1.89 a gallon. When it went to $4 a gallon, it got to be too much.
Yeah, I can see running down, almost to my place in Delaware that I had. It was 100 miles from here. Probably a little over 100 miles from here. And then going halfway down there and then have to come back, every day. Yeah, that would be a strain.
It was only 5 or 6 miles north of the Delaware line.
So what kind of antenna did you run down there?
I made a quarter wave ground plane out of half-inch stainless steel tubing that they had down there. So I made the antenna from their materials. And when I quit, they're like, aren't you going to take your antenna with you? I'm like, no, that's really your antenna. I made it, but it's your stuff.
That sounded like a great job. Yeah, I had a job that when things got slow, you could do a lot of stuff that was not necessarily job related. It was your own stuff, and that was fun. It was a fun place to work.
Yeah, I was building kits down there. I would buy like little electronic kits. I did a frequency counter kit and an oscilloscope kit, and I just assembled them on my desk there while I was, nothing going on, playing radio. I had a CB hooked up and I had a ham rig hooked up, and now I had the 40-meter antenna, but I had the CB antenna so I could switch over to that and do 10 meters. So basically I had 10 meters and 40 meters plus CB. And I went wherever the action was or whatever I felt like doing. And I was building kits. I even built a wooden model, a Viking ship model. I built a model, a couple electronics kits. Oh yeah, I was filling my time in because the required work I had to do took me about 2 hours, and I was there for 8. The other 6 hours is just basically making sure everything was running right, which it did. So. I'd watch movies and television shows on my tablet and stuff, and they were fine with it.
Yeah, I don't know if you find a place like that anymore. That sounds like a really great place to work.
Well, that was just because of the nature of my job. I had my own little office in the boiler room, and my job was to make sure the boilers ran and take care of the boilers and associated equipment. And I was the only guy. everybody else was doing production and whatever else. But as long as I was taking care of my little world, they left me alone, and I took care of my little world, and they left me alone.
Okay, were you responsible for the maintenance on the boiler? If something broke down, you would fix it?
That's right. But it was pretty reliable. It was pretty reliable stuff. Nothing really broke. There was, minor maintenance stuff, and, I took care of stuff, and I could tell when something was going south, and I could nip it in the bud kind of thing,
Yep, you knew exactly what you were doing. That's the way I got it. I was at my first job out of electronics school. I went to a place and was there for 30 years, and that was, and pretty much everything I did was tube related. It was manufacturing image tubes and CRT displays. We did, and when the tube business kind of went, flat screens came in, and the image tubes went out because of the technology. I was done.
That's the beauty of boilers. They're not going out of need for any time in the near future. Anyway, there's still going to be a need to make steam.
That's right. Absolutely, man. And you that's what you did on the submarines too, right? Or on the ships.
Yeah, no, not on submarines. But they do use steam turbines on the submarines. They just use nuclear power to boil the water. But no, I was on surface ships. But yeah, same. Just on a kind of a smaller scale.
How many years were you in the Navy?
20 years.
I got you. All right. Yeah, my brother is a retired lieutenant commander, and one of his duties when he was in the Navy was handling. He was the what do they call the boss of the brig, the naval brig, out in San Diego. He was the whatever they call the boss out there.
Yeah, I'm sure he did more than that. That was probably just one of his jobs. You don't make lieutenant commander doing that your whole time. That was sometime after he did other stuff. But officers, like, they're the the white collar workers. They're the paper pushers. The ultimate supervisors. It's us enlisted sailors that actually make the Navy run and work. And do everything. We have the most fun. They just sort of make sure we don't blow it up.
Yeah, he was in Vietnam early on in the early mid '60s. I guess he came out around 1969, but that's where he went. He had a long stint doing that.
Yeah, unless he was a specific branch, or what do they call it? Like a supply officer or a medical officer or something like that. Officers or your general officers are called line officers, and they'll do whatever job it is they're put into. As far as they could be an engineer, they could be navigation. Damage control, whatever. They'll move them around. They learn all different kinds of jobs, unless you're a specific, like I said, job officer, like supply or medical or something like that. But your general line officers, they learn all kinds of jobs, but they're master of none.
I got you. Man. Yeah, but before he did that brig thing, the admiral, whatever he was, a warden. That's what he was, a warden of the brig at that time. He did that a few years. But he worked out of down in Virginia, I guess the Pentagon. He worked for the Pentagon for a while too. So I don't know what he did. He doesn't talk about what he did.
Yeah, he was most certainly a line officer. He did all different kinds of stuff, but they're basically administrators. They got to know a whole bunch of different stuff, but you want to boil it down to its essence. They're the the administrators, the overall supervisors, and the paper pushers. They don't get to get down and get dirty and have fun like the rest of us real sailors.
So what years were you in the service then?
1983 to 2003.
So you went in service right out of high school then?
2 weeks after graduation, I was in boot camp.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I think that would have been a good choice for me, too. I think something like that would have been more beneficial than what I did, going into the work field, right away. Because it didn't really make a lot of money. It wasn't that, it was fun working there, but, it didn't pay that well. But, yeah, you got a lot of experience doing what you did.
I was in the first Vietnam lottery, but I was lucky my number didn't get called.
Yeah, you would have been right at that time too, because my friend down in Thorndale there, he's a little younger than you, and he went in Vietnam for a while. He went in for 13 months.
Well, at the time, Vietnam wasn't very important. Everybody was against it, so I was trying to get out of the draft anyway, and just luckily, I was in the lottery and my number didn't get called.
Yeah, that war went on a lot longer than people realize. It was like 1962 to 1975.
Yep, that's right, and that's what I was saying. My brother was in since the inception of the Vietnam War. Yeah, I could tell you more, off the radio, probably.
I had some family members, uncles and stuff that were at the Vietnam War, but it was done and over with by the time I joined. But it was the Cold War was still going on. I mean, Russia was a very real threat during the early part of my time.
So, did you, as a Navy man, were you involved at all with the Iraqi, when Iraq thing exploded?
Well, I was over in the Persian Gulf during the Gulf War when Iraq invaded Kuwait, and we had to boot old Saddam out of Kuwait. I was over there at the tail end of that.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, holy crap, man. Yeah, so you've seen a lot. That's really cool. You made it out alive.
My real, to me, like the real, I don't know, the Mare Day hit the ventilator was when I was on my first ship and we kicked Gaddafi's butt. So there was my ship, the America, and the Saratoga, 3 carriers. Very, very, very rarely is there 3 aircraft carriers in any one theater at the same time. Well, there was 3 carriers off the coast of Libya in April of '86, and we bombed the S out of old Gaddafi there in Libya. And old Gaddafi sent his missile patrol boats out to try and sink us. Well, the next thing I heard about that was I saw 8x10 glossy photographs up on the mess decks of smoking, burning, sinking Libyan missile patrol boats that we smoked.
Oh, that's cool. That's a good story for sure.
Yeah, it was too funny. Oh, Gaddafi. I'm going to sink those aircraft carriers. And he sent out his missile patrol boats. And they never got within sight of the carriers. But the missile patrol boats are now on the bottom of the Gulf of Sidra.
What was the name of the boat you were on?
The first one was the USS Coral Sea.
All right, yeah. That's interesting stuff. I like to hear that kind of thing. It's what that is interesting.
The Midway class aircraft carriers, CV-41, 42, and 43, Midway being the first, the Roosevelt the second, Coral Sea the third. They were all built during World War II with the intent of fighting in World War II. But World War II ended before they were all finished.
Well, then we had Korea.
Oh, all three of them saw service in Korea. They were built with 10 5-inch 38 guns on the sides and had a capability of carrying 80 aircraft.
That's amazing. Yeah, now those aircraft carriers today, are they still in service today, or had they been retired?
No. The Roosevelt was decommissioned in like 77 or 78. The Coral Sea got decommissioned in 91 and scrapped. And then the Midway, the first of the class, was decommissioned in 92 and is now a museum out in San Diego. So oddly enough, the first of the class and the oldest of the three lasted the longest.
To show what was, people don't appreciate, some people don't appreciate old stuff. I mean, they just get rid of the old completely and in with the new. And I don't, I appreciate the past.
Yeah, oddly enough, the first of the class lasted the longest and is still around. But the Midway spent at least 15, if not 20 years, somewhere in that neighborhood, forward deployed out of Yokosuka, Japan. And the Japanese shipyard workers took much better care of the Midway than the U.S. shipyard workers took care of the Coral Sea or the Roosevelt.
Hey, Roger. Hey, I'll be right back. I got a call from my son.
Classic Radio Roundup. Who's coming in? Anybody around? Classic Radio Roundup, Channel 13.
Hey, this is Pyro. Anybody copy?
Who's that? Pirate?
Pyro, Pyro. It's been a while.
Oh, hello, Pyro. You got the Spitfire. Where you at?
I'm in Warwick Township.
Did you say Limerick?
Warwick, W-A-R-Wick.
Oh, Warwick. Oh, out there like St. Peter's Village way, out that neighborhood?
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm on the east side of Pottstown, near Limerick. That's, I guess, why I thought you said. But anyway, yeah, you're doing a good job from out there around that Warwick area. I know exactly where you're talking about. So you got the Spitfire here, Classic Radio Roundup.
I was on the USS George Washington for 2 years. It was a carrier.
Yeah, Roger on the GW. Yeah, nuclear powered. I was on one of the last of the conventional carrier.
Roger that.
Good. Hello, Pyro. You got the Alley Cat here in Saratoga.
Welcome, Alley Cat.
I could hear him in there, but I couldn't have a conversation with him.
Well, Pyro, I hear you. Alley Cat hears you. Renegade's the other one in here, and he He hears you but can't make you out, as it were.
Yeah, I'm on a horizontal dipole tonight from 10 meters, so probably won't be able to hear me well.
Oh, all right. Well, I could go to horizontal, but that takes a bunch of switching around, so I'm not going to bother. But because I hear you just fine. If it was, more trouble, then I would do it. But I hear you just fine. I don't need to go horizontal. But it's working for you, no problem. What are you running tonight there, Pyro? You running the classic radio?
No, tonight's just a Uniden 510XL with a dipole.
That's all right. We'll take classic operators. Don't have to be a classic radio. It's just to get out here and excuse to play CB radio on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, roger that. Hear that?
I'm using an old J.C. Penney mobile radio.
Did you say J.C. Penney?
Yeah, an old 23 channel J.C. Penney mobile radio.
Oh, I didn't even know they made them.
Oh yeah, J.C. Penney put out a lot of radios, just like Sears did.
Everybody made radios back in the 70s.
Yeah, Ward's, J.C. Penney, Sears. I know there's others. I just, I can't think of them, but there were others. All your major stores and anybody who had a name put a name on a radio back in the 70s.
You remember Realistic?
Oh, I absolutely remember Realistic. Got a few of them here.
Hey, Pyro, you're doing really good here. I'm surprised I can hear you, but you're doing really good. I'm kind of in a little bit of a hole. My antenna's not very high, but you're coming in here really nice, about a 6, and that's 6 on you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for the feedback.
You ain't in that much of a hole. That's a pretty good hill you're on.
Yeah, but Wayne's at the top of it.
Yeah, but you're not in a hole like I'm in a hole.
Yeah, but you hear better than I do.
Alley cat, you mean?
Yes.
I mean, I hear better than both of you, but that's because my antenna is 85 feet in the air. It ain't because of the hole that I live in.
Well, what's your altitude, or how high are you above sea level?
Where my antenna's at, I'm on a slope. So the ground where my antenna's at comes out to 400 feet above sea level. But my antenna is then at 485.
Okay, well, we're here, at 230? 230 at my property. And the antenna's, 20 feet in the air. So 250. So 150 feet difference.
Yeah, but you're not surrounded by 500-foot hills like I am. So my antenna's at 485, and I'm surrounded by 500-foot hills.
Yeah, well, you definitely got the antenna up high enough that it picks up those good signals, man. Because when I listen to the radio roundup on the YouTube, I'm so surprised how clear everybody comes into you.
Yeah, because I got zero noise level. I can run 20 dB worth of preamp and still not have any noise level. It's a beautiful thing. It is nice. And it is nice to share that with people who have, lesser conditions. And I've been in those, noisier, lesser conditions. And it's kind of nice to share. Like, look what I got now.
Yeah, and look at our antenna difference. The top of his antenna isn't even at ground level where my antenna is, but he hears better than me. But then again, he's 20 feet higher than me, so it's radiating better.
Yeah, it's performing better. It's doing its job a little bit better than yours because you're so close to the ground.
You know, that's a really interesting study of observation things, whatever, between you two, because you're so close together, you know, like geographically, but slightly different in elevation. And the differences that just you two have in that small, you know, geographical difference is kind of amazing in of itself.
Yeah, it kind of teaches you something about, you know, antennas and things like that. And I would say, you know, at 20 feet, the extra 10 feet makes the difference, you know. And if Wayne gets his, you know, up that 20 to 20, and puts that monstrous 5/8 wave up, it's going to be, man, you're going to get out great.
Yeah, you're going to go from being the big man in the trailer park to handing that crown off to Wayne.
Yeah, that's right. That's okay. I don't mind.
No, we'll share.
Well, it'd be interesting to see, though. You know, I mean, you know, it's going to be like a testament to, like, here, look, this is what you got to do, you know? Like, you could be at crappy ground, but if you're getting your antenna, you know, X amount of feet off the ground with a decent antenna, well, it changes everything.
Yeah, when I first was getting into this again, JR helped me out, and we shot a thing across the trees in the back. We put a dipole in, a homemade dipole, and just with coax. But the thing I needed was a balun to make it, you know what I mean, to even everything out, because I couldn't get the SWRs down, so it wasn't worth running it.
You know, that's funny, because back in the 90s, I was making 11-meter dipoles and selling them all over the place. And I'd never used a balun, and all of them got to like 1.2 to 1 SWR. And everyone I've sold to anybody never complained about them. And I didn't do anything special.
Did you run coax on them?
That's right.
Well, maybe we just didn't do the one right. That's possible. You know, our measurements were off or something like that. But I couldn't get the SWRs down from the one that we put in the tree. It might still be up there, you know, quite frankly. That was put up, God, in 2018, and I just forgot about it after a while, and just got into this again. A year and a half ago, a year and a half ago.
Well, Wayne was my distributor of Spitfire-made 11-meter dipole antennas. I sold some. He sold the most of them. The people that, you know, because Wayne was dealing in CB radio gear, and he was like the outlet man. And correct me if I'm wrong, Wayne, but nobody ever complained about my antennas. Uh-oh, maybe he's pleading the fifth.
He's probably refilling.
Yeah, well, I hope that's it. I hope he's getting a refreshed adult beverage.
Great.
Come on, Brager.
Hey, good evening to the roundup. This is Skyrider up here in Pine Forge.
I hear you, Skyrider up at Pine Forge. Top of the evening. Good to have you in here on the Classic Radio Roundup. Spitfire on this old J.C. Penney mobile radio.
How you doing, Spitfire? I think we talked before. We made the hay, and I'm back up on the hill, so I think tonight a little bit more propagation out to everybody.
Oh, yeah, we've certainly talked many times before. Yep, I remember you. So hopefully you remember me. But anyway, you're doing a good job tonight. There's some skip land noise and all going on back and out in my receiver, but you're making it over top of it, no trouble. So you're at a good spot. It's working for you tonight.
That's great. Hello, Ellie. Got quite an interesting talk there about the antenna, so you guys keep on discussing, and I'm keeping on learning here.
Hello, Skyrider. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. I have a long weekend after 2 weekends working, so
That's good. That's good. I deserved a good long weekend anyway. It's well deserved.
Yeah, maybe I get my stick up on the roof too. Depends how my son is feeling.
When are you getting your base antenna up?
Yeah, I'm gonna try this weekend.
Oops.
Okay, that'll be great, man.
Sorry.
Great. We'll definitely be in here to listen for you. You're always welcome. You're part of Channel 13 gang, so yeah, you're always welcome.
Thank you.
Oh, what a mess.
Who else is in tonight?
Well, we got Renegade up here by me in Saratoga. You got Alley Cat here. You got the Spitfire over about a mile or two from me. And that's about it. I don't think anybody else is in here, and yourself there.
Go ahead, Wayne.
Hear that guy?
You can't hear him?
No, I don't hear that guy at all.
Did you hear my comment about the Spitfire made antennas?
No, I was on a landline real quick.
So I know you were like the distributor of the Spitfire made antennas back in the day. Did you ever have one single complaint that somebody couldn't get a good SWR on that antenna?
No. Those antennas worked great.
All right, thank you. There you go, Alley Cat. So you guys did something wrong.
Oh, you're probably right.
One time. I had it up for a while, and it worked okay.
433 was on here last week. It said he still has his.
How big were they?
I don't know, like 18 feet long or something like that.
Yeah, they're like 18 feet long. The bazooka was longer than that, but it worked really well.
There was no trouble with those Spitfire made dipoles for 11 meters. You hook up your coax to it, and they were flat matched. I sent everyone out. Every one of them I made was a 1.2 to 1 SWR or less.
At $29.95.
I don't remember what I sold them for. Probably around $30.
I traded you my 6-meter antenna for the bazooka.
I don't remember how many of them dipoles I made, but it was probably at least like 15 or 20 of them. I had one up myself. They worked good. I was like, oh yeah, this thing works good. And then somebody says, oh, I want one of them flat side antennas, and that got me off and running. I made another one, and I got with Wayne and for the parts that I needed. I like, Wayne, you supply the parts, and I'll split the profits.
It was awesome. Those antennas really worked, and they were so simple.
Yeah, we used those the SO239Ts, two PL259s, and that's and the insulators. You got them insulators, and I slapped them together with some copper wire.
Nobody ever complained.
Never one was returned for a full refund. You know, that's the thing. Nobody complained, and not one was ever returned. So that says something.
Did you have a restocking fee, Wayne, if people return something?
No, there was no fee.
But nobody ever called them on it anyway.
Correct. Nobody called back and said and complained. They always thought they were awesome. And then they were.
Yeah, and I think there was a couple people came back for a second one. And there was nothing complex about those antennas. It's just, I think the way that I assembled them made them cool.
It sounded very, very easy. Yeah, the way we did this, I think, was with copper wire on either side, measured, and then it went to a piece of plexiglass with an SO239 in it. And then we just hooked up the coax to it.
Mine were even easier than that. So you can picture the T's, right? The SO239 T's. So that was the center of it, the T. And then I'd take a PL259, solder the copper wire into the center, and then the other two PL259 solder to the side or the shield, screw them into the T, put insulators on the end of the wire, and then you took your coax and you plugged it into the center of the T, and it was done.
Yeah, I like that.
And you could tie a rope around that T and hang it. And then the insulators had eyelets in the ends. You could put a rope around that and stretch it out. They worked really well. They were super simple. Everybody liked them, and it was like good for me. But all like dipoles I make now are based on that kind of construction for whatever band I want.
Okay, and the only difference is the length of the wire, right?
That's correct. The current 40-meter dipole I made for camping is made of that same exact style.
And that's about 100 or 70 some feet. Did I get that wrong?
It turned out to be 72 feet from the 40-meter one that I built to get the flat or near flat SWR. And the thing covers the entire voice portion of the 40-meter band. So from 7125 to 7300, it's actually 1.5 to 1 or less.
That's great, man. Yeah, you got me thinking about how much tree I have in the back behind me.
Well, you don't have to hang it, horizontal. It can be an inverted V, which was less distance. So the center of it is higher and the ends droop down. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, Wayne, but he could probably hang a 40-meter dipole inverted V where he's at, right?
Yeah, you could get a 40-meter dipole up there, Mark.
Fire. Go, Baker. Rooster checking in.
Rooster, county-wide.
Oh, hey, Rooster, the alley cat. Wayne.
Hello there, Rooster.
Oh, Wayne. I forgot the guy, it ain't Stray Cat. I can't remember his name. Hello, Rooster, you got the alley cat. Yeah, alley cat, thank you.
And then we got Pyro and Skyrider out there.
Skyrider and Pyro?
Yeah, Pyro, you still in there?
Yeah, I'm going to go on the deck with a realistic TRC, what's the number of this thing? TRC 207, see if I can make contact.
Yeah, you're working with the TRC 207. Just wanted to see if Rooster could hear you.
I can barely hear him. Pyro tech.
Pyro's out in Warwick running a horizontal dipole. What a realistic TRC 207. Not familiar with that one.
Warwick, where's that?
You know where St. Peter's Village is?
10-4.
Out that way, out 23.
I can hear him, but I can't make him out.
10-4.
I can hear him very well.
He says he hears you fine.
No, I don't know what he's pushing.
I'm gathering he's stock, but he's also running a horizontal dipole antenna, which doesn't help for most of us verticals. But I hear him.
I hear him.
Seems like I hear him the best. Skyrider in Pine Forge is out there too. He's coming in not good tonight.
Skyrider.
Yeah, how you doing, Rooster?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm elevated. We cut the hay, and so now I'm back up on the hill. So I'm about at 310 feet now. I'm still running the mobile, stock with the Wilson 1000.
Oh, well, 1,000 stock from Pine Forge. That's good.
Yeah, one thing what I found out when I had the thing on the combination SWR watt meter, this radio modulates pretty wide up. It goes out dead on, and then it jumps.
That's what you want. You want that meter to swing forward with modulation on AM.
How many watts you doing?
When I push down, it's about 5, 6, and when it modulates, it goes almost up to 20.
Up to 20?
Yeah, I don't know what. I had that thing. I bought it from the Walcott, and I paid a couple of extra bucks, and they tuned it up.
Yeah, that's good. 5 watts swinging 20. That's what you want. 4-to-1 ratio. It's perfect.
Hey, give me a 3-pounder over here.
Ordered or something. I'm happy.
Yeah, that radio is working for you there, Skyrider. That's a keeper.
Yeah.
He's giving me an S2, but I can't understand his audio.
High drive now.
Yeah, I know you can't hear him, Wayne, because you keyed right over him.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Just letting you know. That's all. But yeah, it happens.
He needs a 2-pill high driver. Whoopsie.
Just a regular old 2-pill will do them. 5 watts carrier ain't too much.
That's true, too. He bumped down to 10 watts, swinging a 30, it'd be perfect.
For a high drive. Nah, it's too much for a regular 2-pill.
Right, that'd be good for a 1446.
He needs a regular old 4-pill with 2879s. Drive that radio into it. Perfect.
There you go. Now you're talking.
That's why I'm using a 4-pill Toshiba 2879.
You guys have to be slow. I can't.
That's what my AL 600 does, but I don't have a power supply for it right now.
Say again, Skyrider?
You have to talk slow. I can't write that stuff down fast enough.
You need, if you want to run some power, look for an amplifier with 4 transistors in it, 4 2879 transistors. Be perfect for that radio. You wouldn't have to change a thing, and you could count on probably, let me think. Hang on. Probably 100 watts swinging to 400 watts at a minimum.
That's what I was thinking, 400 or 500 watts.
Yeah, 100 carrier, it'll swing to 400 or more.
His carrier would probably be around 60.
Yeah, give or take. I'm just ballparking it, But that would be a nice mashup, and man, he would be loud on the channel.
Yeah, and he wouldn't be blowing anything up either.
No, not at all.
Yeah, he'd be below standard, so you never have to worry about blowing it up.
5.8 wave out there, and I have a different radio for the base station.
Yeah, you gotta stay on that microphone there, Knight Rider. I hear you good when you're up on a mic, but you slide back, you fade off, and under normal circumstances that wouldn't be a problem. But I got a lot of skip land noise, so you get lost in the noise without the audio punch.
Yeah, I'm putting up my base station. Like I said, I have everything there, but my roof is pretty steep, so I different radio too. That makes it fun.
Well, for the mobile, if you put an amplifier in the mobile, we would certainly hear you a lot easier. Or you get up on a base station with a 5/8 wave antenna would probably go a long way to helping, even if you didn't run power. So one way or the other, one or the other will get you in here better. I mean, I hear you fine till that skip land noise starts making a racket, and then it makes it a little difficult. But if you are running either of those setups, whether a base station at stock power and a 5/8 wave antenna, or a 4-pill and a mobile with that antenna you got now, either one of those would make the difference for sure.
IMAX 2000.
An IMAX 2000, although people will argue with me, it is a 5/8 wave antenna.
I'm running an IMAX 2000 with a ground plane.
I'm running an IMAX 2000 that's an end-fed. It's not a ground plane.
I'm running a new one.
Well, if it has ground plane radials on it, it's a ground plane. If it doesn't have it, it's an end-fed.
I'm just saying I'm running that new IMAX, you know?
Actually, I don't. Didn't know there was any difference between a new and an old. It's still a end-fed 5/8 wave antenna.
Yeah, the new one has a 12-inch piece that they put in for 11 meters.
What do you mean they put in a 12-inch piece? It's already 21 feet long.
No, they cut it down because of shipping. The shipping, they were too long for shipping, so they're not as long as the ones that we used to get years ago.
Well, if it ain't 21 feet long, it's not a 5/8 wave antenna. If it's 21 feet long, it's a 5/8 antenna, whether it's new, old, or somewhere in between.
Yeah, it's 5/8.
You gotta add the extra 12 inches in the thing to make it more capable on 11 meters. That's what they say.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's all like muddy in the waters for CB scientists to me. A 5/8 is a 5/8 is a 5/8. And, you know, the rule of antenna theory doesn't change.
Well, for some reason they made the thing different, and it was a good antenna the way it was. I ran one for 10 years down the shore and put over 2,000 watts into it, and I never had a problem. And so, I don't know why they changed it either.
Well, they changed the assembly of it for shipping, it seems, but it's still the same antenna. It's just more or different sections to assemble together is all.
10-4.
That's right.
I know my 99.
A 5/8 is a 5/8 is always be a 5/8 if it's 5/8.
Peace.
The math.
Rooster on melding your 99. That's what I was worried about here. So I didn't run. I sold my big amp instead of melding my antenna.
The antenna theory never changes. The math doesn't change.
I know I'm not going to go above 15 though.
Well, I've been running this IMAX for probably 20 years, and I've never put more than 1,200 watts through it, and it's still here. You know, windstorms, ice storms, snowstorms, rainstorms, thunderstorms, still there.
Yeah, same here. I put about the same into mine, 1,200-1,400. That still works.
I'd be afraid to put any wattage through this Shakespeare Big Stick that I have here. It works with 100 watts. I don't know if it would work with many more.
Yeah, but you don't have to worry about that for long. You put that Mako up, you'll be fine for any power you can come up with. Even that solid state 4-pill if you ever get a power supply for it.
Yeah, I could also run my AL80 through it too.
Without a worry.
There you go, Wayne. That's what you want to do.
No, Wayne wants to sell his AL80 to me.
Yeah, Yeah, I asked him a while ago, and he said no.
I'm not selling that AL80. That's my amplifier. I'll make it work. I just don't have enough antenna up to accommodate it right now.
Hey, Wayne.
Maybe you'll sell me that solid state 4-pill then.
I don't have that anymore. Go ahead there, Rooster.
Hey, you're calling in up over to Skip here.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm on my ICOM. That's probably why.
Yeah, Skip is rough.
I don't remember ICOM making a CB radio. Oh, because they didn't.
No, I bought this brand new from ham radio outlet, and I took the resistor out so it transmits wherever it receives now.
I was just being silly, Wayne.
You know, if it comes in.
I got 4 other radios I'd like to get modified though.
I was just being silly. You need to get one of them actual 11-meter classics that you have, though, on the air. At least one of them.
Well, the D62 will do AM okay. It still warbles, though, on sideband. So I don't have that. I have a D70 tram. I don't even know if that works right now.
You got to get one of them on the air.
Well, I got my Ranger. That works.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to get on the air and people ask you what you're running. I'm running a tram.
I know. I had it up to that guy but he couldn't fix it because I didn't have a diagram of the circuit.
Yeah, but it works on AM, so it's usable. It probably warbles on frequency, but on AM, nobody will notice. And then Classic Radio Roundup is AM. And then, I don't know, you had a D70 also. I never even heard of the D70. But anyway, get that one on, if it works.
A tram is an SBE, right?
Tram is tram. SBE is SBE. Not the same.
I thought I seen tram next to SBE.
Well, you could have seen it next to it, but doesn't mean they're the same company.
Well, I seen it in the same logo or something. I must have been dreaming or something. I'll have to look that up again.
No, tram is tram and SBE is SBE. Two different companies.
Or is there another name that works with SBE?
Say that again?
There's not another name that runs with SBE. I swear it was SBE Tram Radio.
SBE is Sideband Engineers. That's one company. Tram is another company.
Well, I've seen SBE and then it says Tram.
On the same radio.
Yeah. Unless it was a different name. It was SBE and another name.
I don't know. SBE is a radio maker. Tram is a radio maker. Like Chrysler, Ford, they're different companies. They all make cars.
Is there a Tram 2 and a Tram 3?
There's a Tram Titan 2 and a Tram Titan 3 and a Tram Titan 4 and a Tram Titan. Actually, I don't know if there was a 3. There was a 2 and a 2A and a 4 and an original. And then there was a couple different mobiles they made. The Tram D300, D201 and D201A. So, but I never heard of what you're talking about.
Well, there's a lot of Tram 2 around, but the Tram 3s are very rare. And the Tram 3s are 40 channel, and the Trams 2 are 23.
No, Tram. I'd never seen a Tram 3. This is where I need Sandbagger. But I had a Tram 4, and a Tram 4 was a 23 channel. The Tram Titan, the Titan 2, the Titan 2A, the 4, they're all 23 channel radios. The D300, the 201A, the D60 to D62, they're and I think the D40, I think, but maybe not the D40, but all those other ones, they're all 40 channel. So I'm not sure about some of that, but anyway, I'm sure of most of that.
The D62 is 40 channel sideband.
I thought it was Tram. I could be wrong too.
Yeah, I had a Tram Titan 4, and it was 23 channels.
I was talking with somebody else the other night. We were talking about, I think me and JR were talking about the old radios. And we were looking up on our phones and stuff. Yeah, just messing around.
Well, there's certain radios I am sure of, and others I'm not so sure of. But as far as Tram 23 channel base station radios go, the 23 channels are the Titan 2, the 2A, which is 23 channel sideband, the 4, which is 23 channel sideband. I never heard of a 3. That doesn't mean there isn't one, but I never heard of one. The D201 is a 23 channel sideband. The 201A is a 40 channel sideband. The D300 is a 40 channel sideband. The D62 is 40 channel sideband. The 40, Wayne, is the 40 23 or I know it's a sidebander, but is the D40, is that 23 or 40 channel?
I have a D70, and that's 40 channels AM, no sideband.
All right, yeah, but it's the D40. I guess you don't have one. I thought you had one, but maybe that's a 23 channel sidebander. Might be the 40s, the 23, but those are mobiles. And I pay less attention to mobile radios than I do base radios. That's why I'm not as familiar.
Oh, I just put my glasses on. The AM Tram that I have that's 40 channel is a D40.
Okay, so the D40 is 40 channel AM, but it's a mobile.
Yes, correct.
I'm more familiar with the base rigs.
And your D60 is a 40 channel sideband.
We buy mobiles.
I heard you, Alley Cat. What was that, Wayne?
I said I was driving trucks at the time, so all my radios were mobiles.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Your D60 is a 40 channel sideband radio?
He has a D62.
Yes, correct. The D62, it's a sideband radio.
Yep, that's what I have written down here, is this D62.
There's some skip land bouncing around out there tonight. At least it's not making too much of a mess.
That's what I'm afraid of. I put this antenna up, I'm going to hear all this skip I don't hear now.
Yeah. Bigger antenna up higher is both a blessing and a curse.
Correct. But I'll take it. I'll take it as whatever it does.
Yeah, it'd be nice if you could hear, some of these guys out here that, are more or less our locals that you can't hear. That kind of stinks.
I think I dropped my antenna like 4 or 5 feet, and I swear it made a difference.
When I went from 50 feet to 85 feet, man, it really made a difference.
Right back, because I dropped mine like 5 feet, 4 feet, because I just couldn't go up that high. I swear it made a difference.
I love my antenna at 45 or 85 feet. But now I'm looking at my trees and I'm thinking this fall, there's that same tree that it's in. I could probably get it 30 feet higher if I can get my arrow up there. So this fall, when the leaves come off, I'm going to try and see if I can hit that branch 30 feet higher, and that'll be pretty much over 100 feet. I want to try it. I'm going, whether I make it or not isn't one thing, but I'm going for it.
Are you running your stuff?
Am I what?
Running your stuff.
Running what stuff?
Ready?
Am I running my 8 now? Yeah.
Yeah, I just wondering.
It's okay to wonder. It's okay to ask questions too. But yeah, you're a little hot on that microphone. You don't need to turn it down. Just don't get so close to it.
Well, that time I got close to it.
Yeah, and when you get close to it, it makes it harder to understand what you're saying.
It's okay back here, right?
Yeah, it sounds really good. The further back you get, the better it sounds.
I'm about 2 foot away from it.
That's good right there. Yeah, I'm 2 feet away from my mic.
This is a Turner plus 2.
It sounds really good and clear when you're away from it. When you get up close, it kind of mushes your words out.
Well, I got it at 4.
Oh, it's nice and loud, and I don't have a problem with that. It's just when the mush out thing I don't like. Then you're just as loud when you're far away, but it's more clear.
Question, too close.
There was a question, and somebody said too close, and kind of ran together.
Yeah, I was too close to the mic there.
You sound really good when you're farther away from the mic. It gives you that big room CB radio sound that I always try to get.
Well, right here I'm about 2 foot away.
And that's where it sounds good. Just talk normal, 2 feet away. It sounds good.
Well, sometimes I catch myself talking a little bit louder. Here I'm just talking.
It sounds good. When you get too close or too loud, it gets, like words sort of run together kind of thing. It's too much.
Yeah, it's like it's a sensitive mic,
Yeah, it is. But it sounds good when you're far away. It sounds the best.
I was running the Golden Eagle, but everybody told me that this mic here sounded better.
I like it. Sounds good with what you're doing.
Sounds good here, too. I might race it down the radio some more.
Go ahead, Alley Cat.
Yeah, it sounds good here, Rooster. 10-4. I just got to remember to stay 2 foot away from the mic. So I tend to lean up on it sometimes. Right.
Come on, Breaker.
Yo, good evening, Pete. What's up, Bassmaster Lena?
Hello, Bassmaster. Welcome to the Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah, I'm on the Classic Radio Roundup Watergate. Hooray, and I'm barefoot.
Well, you made it. You made it onto the Watergate barefoot. It's working.
Sounds good up here, Rooster. Yeah, now I'm on the Classic Radio Roundup working at 4 pills, so I can hear how it sounds a little bit later. 6-pounder.
Well, it's working into my old JC Penney mobile radio, 23 channel.
Yeah, forever. Not working anything classic, just the good old X9 Ranger and this baby driver. You're giving me a 6-7 pounder up here. Hello, Bassmaster from the Alley Cat in Saratoga here. Hey, where you been? Yeah, forever, Alley Cat. I hear you there too, Rooster. I heard you guys talking. I wanted to jump in. I wanted to get on that Classic Radio Roundup Watergate. Sound what? Well, it's good to hear you in there, no doubt about it. I can't quite hear you really well because I have like a 4 to 5 noise level and some skip in there. But you're coming through. But I'm happy you're back, man. I'm happy you're back with communicating. Yeah, I can't no doubt, man. I'll let you guys get back, and maybe I'll be out here for a little bit, sandbagging, listening. on this classic radio roundup this Saturday night in good old Pennsylvania. You know who it is, your friend. The biggest mud duck in the corner of Montgomery County. We're back quiet. Back in the saddle again.
All right there, Bassmaster. Sounding good as always. And for your notes, if you want to skip right on through, you're at 1 hour, 44 minutes. 1 hour, 44 minutes on the video gate. If you want to just skip right to yourself. Sounding good. Happy 4th of July there, Bassmaster. From your countywide radio, the Spitfire on this antique flea market J.C. Penney mobile.
Yes, man. No doubt. Mr. Spitfire. Countywide radio. Your friend, somewhere around this corner of the county. We're back quiet. Radio.
Countywide
Radio.
I missed that earlier. You got doubled, and I put the countywide out, and somebody doubled with you, and I didn't hear the radio.
Radio.
Breaker.
Another breaker.
What? Radio.
Yeah, we got another breaker.
Cobra 135 XLR.
Who's on the Cobra 135? Come again?
Skippy in Morgantown.
Oh, hello, Skippy in Morgantown. Welcome to the Classic Radio Roundup. Spitfire on this antique flea market J.C. Penney mobile.
Well, it sounded good out here to Morgantown anyway. There's
Hey, boy.
I just wanted to check in and wave the hand if
Great train.
the skip.
Yeah, hang on there, Rooster. Skippy was out there talking. Who else could hear Skippy? Obviously not the Rooster.
Wait.
No, I can't hear.
Another break. Who's the other breaker?
Pine Porch.
Who's that breaker? Pine Forge? Is that you, Night Rider? Or Sky Rider?
Yeah, Skyrider. I can hear him down from Morgantown.
Go ahead and give Skippy a shout.
Hey, Skippy, down in Morgantown, can you hear me up here from Pine Porch? There's a Skyrider.
Gotta tell somebody he's talking, but I can't make out what he's saying.
Skippy, Rooster here.
Hello, Rooster.
Are you Skippy?
Town 4, yeah, it's me.
Yeah, I can hear you out here. I can just hear you. We can all just hear you out here.
I got you. Yeah, I just wanted to check in when I have a chance with all this skip land, you know. But, yeah, I hear you guys.
Yeah, 10-4, Pete's out there, and the Skyriders out there, you know, and Alley Cat.
Yeah, hello, Alley Cat, if you can hear me.
Skippy says hello, Alley Cat. And Sky Rider, Skippy could hear you, but not quite make you out. So I guess you're hearing Skippy better than he's hearing you there, Sky Rider. But anyway, Alley Cat, you got a copy on the Skippy?
I do not. I have a 5 noise level, and it's just a buzz, so I can't hear him. But hello, Skippy, if you can hear me, hello to you, and greetings, and we'll get to talk here soon. Sometime we'll go to sideband or something.
I can, I have a hard time making out Alley Cat tonight, but I did hear him about the sideband and all that. But I'll get back on the side because I know it's noisy in there. But I just wanted to say hello.
All right there, Skippy. Yeah, okay, so you got most of what Alley Cat said. He says, Alley Cat says he's got a 5 noise level, so he can't hear you tonight. But you're hearing part of what he says, so I guess you all have to get together some other night on sideband and make it work. So there you go. That's my 10-5. And what else is going on Classic Radio Roundup?
Yeah, I don't hear Skippy at all.
Yeah, no, I'll just sit back listening.
All right, Skippy. Well, good to hear you. Thanks for checking in. You're making it in really good. A couple S units or so, but in the clear on my end here in the Volcano Crater on Classic Radio Roundup. But you're always making it into me there, Skippy, unless the skip land is ungodly loud or something. But I always hear you. So you're doing your thing, sounding good.
Yeah, you're giving me a 5 tonight on this radio. 4 by 5 there. What'd you say? You're going to go around 45s sometime. 1911s.
What's this about 45s and 1911s? You're speaking my numbers.
So let me know what you got some night when it's a little bit quieter. I hear you no problem though, but I don't know how well you hear me.
Oh, I hear you. No problem. No problem at all. I got a U.S. Army Colt M1911, and I got a Colt competition M1911.
I got you. Yeah, maybe you have a cup Colt, and yeah, those are much nicer than what I have. I just have a Smith & Wesson E-Series.
That's all right. They're all good. It ain't been the most popular weapon for 100 years for no reason.
Yeah, it's my favorite handgun design. I don't know about carrying, but you know, a little heavy, so I got the government size. But you know, it's my favorite one to not only look at, but I don't know about the recoil, but you know, I like shooting it anyway.
It's my favorite handgun too. But yeah, you're right about the concealed carry. It's a little much. So that's not my pretty much everyday carry. I carry it's a Radon P38. It's basically a Eastern Bloc copy of the Walther PPK. It shoots 9mm Makarov, which is in between 380 ACP and 9mm. It's the round right in between. But anyway, it's basically framed like a PPK. That's my everyday carry. My favorite is the M1911s. It's what I was issued and trained on in the military, so obviously I'm familiar with it.
I got you. Yeah, I love some of those. I like a Polish P64. You know, it's not very potent, but it's just kind of neat. You know, I missed them on the imports, you know, and then they were just gone off the market.
Yeah, that's it. The P64. I said something else, didn't I? But it's the Radon Polish P64. It was issued to East German police. Mine's a 1975 model. Shoots the 9mm Makarov. Are we talking the same thing?
No, this is a regular 9mm Parabellum on the Spanish pistol.
It almost sounds like the same thing. Yeah, it's a Radon P64 made in Poland and shoots the 9mm Makarov, though.
Yeah, I forget what it is. I think it's 7.6. I don't know about a 6.2. I think it's 32, basically, the Combat version of a 32 ACP on a P64.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Yeah. Yeah, 7.62 is really close to 32. Yeah, really close to 32, the 7.62. But yeah, this is it's like if you took a 380, a 9mm Makarov, and a 9mm Luger, put the rounds all side by side, do the same diameter. It's just each one's a little bit longer than the other.
Yeah, I know. I'm familiar with the Makarov. I really like those too. I don't have one personally. I miss them on the imports also. You know, when they have them coming in and sell them at the retailers.
Yeah. I have a FFL CNR, the CNR FFL, and yeah, I find that stuff, and like there's amazing good stuff that comes across, and you can buy it right online and have it shipped to your door. It's a good deal.
I got you. Yeah, I like that classic firearms from time to time. You know, they'll make a video and they're importing whatever they're importing. And a lot of times I miss the stuff, but I'm ready to buy one. It's like they're sold out.
Yeah, a lot of it does go quick. I haven't really made any purchases, like that recently, but there for a while I was going nuts and stocked up, but I've sort of slacked off because I mean, how many? I know this is a controversial statement, but how many do you really need?
Yeah, I got you. I would say as long as you have enough different calibers, in case something ever happens, whether it's, crap hits the pan or not, at least you got different calibers you can choose, if you quit making some ammo or you can't get it or whatever.
Oh, yeah, but I really doubt the world will ever run out of 7.62 by 39. So I got an AK-47, a couple of those, and a couple of SKSs. And I really doubt the world will ever run out of 7.62 by 39. Come on.
Yeah, I hear you. I noticed that whenever there's like a shortage, that's like one of the only calibers still available. And yeah, I have a Century C39V2.
Yeah, that's to me like, you know, if the Maraday hits the ventilator kind of situation, and I could only have one gun, well, one rifle, let's say one rifle, that would be my SKS. And if I could only have one handgun, it would be my M1911. That, if it came down to that kind of scenario, that's where I would go, because I don't think either one of those rounds will ever like become unobtainium.
You stopping you, Joy?
I got you. Yeah, I think I like the 9mm Luger for that. But yeah, I always like the 45. So I made sure I got one of them. And yeah, I agree with the AK there. That's my favorite intermediate cartridge rifle.
Yeah, you know, 9mm will probably never disappear either. There's so many 9mm out there. And with my CNR, I bought this really cool Star Model B. It's a 9mm, but it looks exactly like a M1911. The frame and all, it's a like damn near exact copy, just slightly smaller in width and size, just slightly. But it was made for the Bulgarian army in World War II, and I got one of them. It's a pretty cool pistol.
Yeah, I have for my carry, that's what I was saying. I have the BM version of that, the Spanish military one. It's basically the commander size 1911 as compared to that one.
Yeah, they made that was I had a few different Star pistols through the years, and that's actually the best one, my favorite one. That Star Model B 9mm, and it looks like an M1911. And if you look at it quickly, you'll think it's an M1911 until you start looking at it closely.
Yeah, that's why that was actually my first firearm there. That's why I liked it so much, because it was like a 1911. Which I really liked, but I was like, I can't afford one of them, they're like $1,000, unless you buy one of the cheap ones, and I was like, I don't really want to do that. And I bought that thing, I think it was like $250 when it was being imported.
Yeah, you can get them at a really good price when on the imports. There was a whole bunch of stuff there for a while. Even the SKSs at a time, you were picking them up for around $100 or less. Yeah, that ain't happening no more. And the other ones I like for like a battle rifle, I got a few of them Mosin Nagant 7.62 by 54R. I got an Izavec and what's the other? There's two armories. I can never remember the other one. The one armory is Izavec. The other armory you probably might know, but anyway, I got a couple of them from the two different armories, and I have one of the 1944 carbines, which is pretty cool.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I like the Finnish M39. I would like to find one of them someday. As far as the 7.62 by 54R, it's basically just their version of a Mosin Nagant. But yeah, I have a Swedish Mauser, so that's my favorite bolt action.
Yeah, those Mosin Nagants are pretty nice, man. They're pretty damn tough and rugged, and I do like them. They're like damn near indestructible. I was watching YouTube videos of this guy, and they were doing everything they could to mess one of them up. They're throwing it in the mud. They're dragging it down across the field behind a four-wheeler. They're packing overloads. They're like, overloading cartridges and firing the thing. They fired it underwater. They fired it in mud. This, that, and the other thing, and they couldn't break it.
I got you. Yeah, I've seen some videos of it, like a mud test. And that was like, they don't just do mud tests, but they also do mud tests on all kinds of rifles. Like modern day and older ones. But yeah, it didn't do too well with their bud test. That was the only issue with it. You know, was didn't like the price. But everything else, you know, it surmounts the problem. It's like a tank.
Yeah. That's why I like the old military surplus stuff. You know, if it's good enough for a military issue, it's good enough for me most likely, and it'll take some abuse. And I do have a K98 Mauser. I do like that. It's fun to shoot. It's starting to get a little expensive, and I got an Enfield, British Enfield 303 carbine. And the reason I bought the particular one that I bought is because it's made by BSA, the Birmingham Small Arms Company, the same people that made my motorcycle.
I gotcha. Yeah, I know they're real popular, the Enfields. You know, if I had more money, you know, I'd have one. So I got to kind of select my kind of favorites, sort of. So, but one day I'd like to have a Swiss Schmidt Rubin, you know, the straight pull rifle, like a 1911 or even a J31, like a J31.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I hear you. You got to be selective, or you can get crazy with this stuff. So, you know, I've gotten a little selective and slacked off, and the safe's kind of full. You know what I mean? Like, I'd have to buy another safe if I start buying more. So, I don't really want to go that route unless something really catches my eye, kind of thing. But I'm pretty well satisfied where I'm at. I got enough different calibers, different things, and they're all fun to play with. And every one of them's deadly. So, you know, when the Meredith hits the ventilator, I'm in good shape.
Catch you later. I got you. Well, the skip land's coming in there about with you, so I got most of that. But, yeah, or whatever, and you don't need to hog up the whole channel either with that. But we can always continue it another time. You know, we're not clogging up classic radio roundup or 6 so.
Yeah, maybe one day we could get together and go to a rifle range or something. We can bring our favorite toys and, you know, swap them around a little bit. Just to, you know, okay, I can't own it, but I can at least try it. You know, we will work on that in the future. All right, yeah, it's kind of messy with the skip land, more so now than it has been all night, really. But getting near the end of the classic radio roundup, so we'll open it up and turn it back to normal classic radio roundup. Whatever comes up next, chatter.
All right, Spitfire, I have a question. I had a question before, but I forgot it when you guys were talking. I wanted to ask you how you got your antenna up in that tree in a vertical fashion, 85 feet.
I'm pretty sure we went over this before, but I'll go over it again. I tied a rope around, you know, I shot my line up over with the fishing line, took the fishing line and tied it to a rope, pulled the rope up. The rope is tied to my antenna. I tie it to the base. Then I go on the 3-section IMAX is what it is. The very first section joint onto the second section at the joint. I put a half hitch right there. So right there, the weight of the coax and then the lower portion of the antenna, the bottom third, keeps it vertical. Haul it up to the branch. 2/3 of the antenna are above the branch. 1/3 of the antenna and all the coax is below the branch, and it keeps it vertical.
Okay, I got it.
Roger, 10-4. It works.
You did the same thing in my place.
I did?
Yeah. You shot the arrow up and pulled the center of the antenna up, and then we tied off the two ends.
Oh, yeah, different antenna, same method. You know, a bow and arrow with a fishing reel attached to it. Fishing line attached to the arrow, shoot the arrow up over a branch all the way.
Yeah, mine wasn't a vertical, it was a horizontal.
Yeah, I want to go for that. I want to go for that 100+ foot branch that on that same tree. Wait till the leaves come off. I'm going for it. See if I can get it up that high.
Yeah, go for it. It'll make all the difference. It really will. Another 20 feet will make all the difference.
Yeah. If I could get out of 20 feet, it'd be worth it.
Well, if he's at 400 right now, he'll be at 420, so he'll be up there as high as JR.
No, I'm at 400 at the ground. My antenna's at 485, but I'm going for 105, or well, 480 plus 20 is what? 505.
Wow.
That's what I'm going for. 505.
505. 505. 505.
Yeah, boy.
I've seen the antenna where it is now. Another 20 feet would be awesome.
It is pretty cool where it's at now, though, isn't it? You go and you look up and you're like, damn, that thing is up there, isn't it?
That's right. It's up there.
Should have done that years ago.
Yeah, you did it. You did it right when I got started getting in here. You were taking care of that.
I got a lot of bleed over, and all of a sudden it gets quiet.
Yeah, you were in here before I got it up that high, though.
Yeah, but I didn't have any antenna outside. I was using my stuff inside, like the walkie-talkies and the P300 on the Fire Stick.
Go right ahead.
Yeah, I do remember when you were using rinky-dink setups, but I didn't have any trouble hearing you because you're so close.
Yeah, that was cool. I remember the first time you heard me. I got on one of those emergency radios and hooked it up in the house here, and you go, I can hear him.
Aren't you glad I encouraged you now, Mark?
Yeah, it's all, hey, you were the one that actually got me going again. But once I saw that somebody had my antenna up in here, I began my crusade.
Good deal. You're doing good, okay?
I think this thing works pretty good. I got it pretty well done. I got some more experimenting I'm doing. I'm getting some new equipment in, and a little bit more powerful, and we'll see if it does any better. I don't think it's going to do much, but yeah, I'm fooling around with it. I'm spending some money just to, take care of that situation. But I'll tell you, it gets expensive.
Yep, good deal. Yeah, you're set up nice now. Now I got to get my base antenna set up right.
Yeah, if that thing's going to be heavy or whatever, I think you ought to consider putting it up just like I did on, screwing the bracket right into your I-beams, right into your vertical sections. That has 16-inch centers. That would be easy to do, just like we did it here.
My problem is the tree that's right next to the trailer here.
I'm on the side.
Isn't the tree more in the front of the yard?
No, it's on the side of the trailer, in the middle, or it's not even in the middle. It's like right by my living room window here.
Okay. Well, where your tower is right now, along that wall, you could put bracing in, and that thing would never go anywhere. You wouldn't have to worry about it in windstorms and stuff like that. I just think you ought to consider that. That's all. You know, I hate to see it come down or something like that, you know, because it's going to be up there pretty high, man. It's going to be over 40 feet and connected to what you have now. I just think it's too heavy.
Yeah, that tower wouldn't. I want the tower to be for a ham radio antenna. Yeah, I think I can go off the deck right now with another 10 feet of mast, and that'll be okay. That'll take care of my my CB problems. But if I'm going to put that tower up, I'm going to put an amateur radio antenna on it.
Gotcha. I understand what you're doing. Okay. All right, man. Yeah, no doubt, man. I thank you for getting me back into it and, you know, get me going again. You know, you and JR, you know, we talked, and JR wasn't back into it, and then I got back in, and then he started getting back in, and, you know, it's like a virus almost.
Yeah, they must have some.
Any problem's going to be if I got that antenna up and get it working, we'll interfere with each other.
I don't think we'll interfere any more than what we do now. I mean, you're not going to interfere with me on 40 meters, I don't think. But we're already this close, and we're already, you know, I don't think ground waves or the airwaves are going to change that much between you and I.
Yeah, no, and it works for both of us. I'm not on as much as I used to be, and hopefully I'll be laying on more even when I get the 5/8 wave up. So it all depends on that. And yeah, and you make contacts all the time, and half the time I'm not on here anyway.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, you already hit me with a maximum signal. You can't go any further. And I turn my RF gain all the way down, and you still give me the 30 plus. So, you know, there's no more you can really do. You're already doing it to me right here.
Right, and you know, I don't do it in a bad way. And yeah, if I'm on 40 meters, you won't hear me at all.
Right, I didn't think so. Yeah, that, you know, unless I go on my old Hollycrafters, you know, power that up, I might be able to hear you.
Yeah, on your Hollycrafters you'll be able to hear me, but I won't interfere with you at all on 40 meters on the CB here.
Well, good. Well, I hope your plan comes to be. Absolutely, man. I wish you all the best with it. Like I said, I'm here to, you know, you need any help with it or whatever, give me a call. Let me know when you're doing it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I need to assemble a lot of the parts. Like I said, it's sitting right here in a box, brand new. It even has the shipping what do you call it, peanuts in there. So I gotta get out and put it together, and then I'll talk about putting it up in the air.
Okay, well, we wait for the day. Definitely. That'll be cool. Antenna raising party. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I want to keep things simple. I don't want to make it difficult. I think if I put that 10 feet of mast on top of my existing mast and have the antenna on that'll be just fine. I don't know if I'm going to need guy ropes or something. We'll see, though.
Yeah, that's a good thought for sure. But very good. Well, I'm there to help you if you need help.
And I'll come over and trim your trees hopefully before you plan on putting it up. See about next weekend coming over with the pole saw. And on that, it's after 10 o'clock and I'm starting to get tired. Got to work tomorrow and all that jazz. So fun night for me on Classic Radio Roundup. Happy 4th of July. And hopefully we'll see some of you cats on Sunday night sideband soiree. But on that, 7-3 to all, and thanks for the fun. County-wide.
If you come over here and stand where my mast is and look up, you can see, like, there's some branches that stick out. I got a 6-foot step ladder underneath the front porch, so there's no problem. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Catch you later, Pete.
All right, Pete. Definitely been fun. Nice Classic Radio Roundup tonight. Enjoyed it very much. You take care and have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, good night here from Pine Porch. 73.
I hear you there, Skyrider. Good night, and thanks for joining in on the Classic Radio Roundup. And everybody else on the band, 7-3, enjoy your 4th of July. County-wide.
Hey, question.
I hear you, Funky Ground Plane. Hang on there, Skyrider. I hear you, Funky Ground Plane, checking in at the last minute on the Classic Radio Roundup.
I just wanted to check in. How the ground plane visit?
Well, Funky Ground Plane, you checked in right at the tail end of the Classic Radio Roundup. Good to hear you on, sounding good as always. Funky Ground Plane from your county-wide radio.
Okay, countywide.
My antenna must be getting, like, better. I heard Funky Ground Plane that time. I didn't hear him real good, but I heard him. Catch you, Pete.
Yeah, Skyrider had a quick question. Go ahead, Skyrider.
Yeah, the Sunday, the sideband survey. What channel is that?
Right here on Lower Sideband, Channel 13, 8 to 10, Lower Sideband, Channel 13, Sunday nights.
See if I can make it 10-4. And happy 4th of July.
All right there, Skyrider. We'll catch you then. Hopefully we'll hear you. 7-3. Good night, all.